it isn't home. So I roam without a plan, 'cause I've got time, I'm still full of blood. Until suddenly I'm here, with this voice inside my ear, singing maybe, singing maybe.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Eskwilax Hour, episode 53. And every Friday, I try to come in the most positive as possible and just trying to, keep all the vibes good because, the whole week you have ups and downs. And unfortunately, this week, I had a really, it wasn't that, it was worse than down. I actually lost a friend. As you can see in the backdrop, that's his picture. Me and him, we worked at the cafe next door, and we opened it in 2014. We were there like night and day, and then he was also a friend of mine back when we used to do graffiti. We used to go out like late at night. We used to go paint. It's just something that he liked doing when we were like in our little crew. And that's why you see in the picture, he has the mask on, and it's the same mask that we have up there. In that picture, he was he was just being silly on the mirror. That's the thing about him. He was always just being himself. And it is sad, but I just want to take this episode 53, and just kind of dedicate it to his memory. And I just hope like his family is watching and his friends are watching. This eventually will be on YouTube. But this tragic accident was on this Monday, the March, I think the 7th. Was it 7th, Louis?
Yes.
Yeah, March 7th, around 10:30 p.m. in Los Angeles, California. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the area, around La Brea and San Vicente. My friend and I, we went over there like on Wednesday. We kind of just, just to kind of try to take it in, trying to process this whole situation, because we never thought this would happen, especially somebody that has so much going on for them, his family, his kids, his dedication to his work, business. And I always, the last thing I told him was, we were reminiscing about the old days when we used to do a lot of partying, just being young. But now that he was a family man, it was all we had left was just kind of talk about it and laugh about it, because it was fun when we were doing it. And everybody makes mistakes, just like I did, he did. But at the end, we're just all human. And it was the last week when I was talking to Raul from Mitlan Murals. He said how we all are here temporarily, and how what we do with our time is, we try to do the best we can and just kind of leave a spot, leave like footsteps or just a mark, so where everybody just kind of knows who you were. And this was him. He basically was that one friend that was always there. Like, it didn't matter what you needed. If you needed help financially, just emotionally, he was always there. But so I'm gonna take this hour and just kind of go with the flow, like I've always expressed myself. Like, emotionally, I used to paint when I was angry, but then that went away because now I learned how to focus that anger into something positive, and then just stop being angry and just being positive. And right now, all the sadness and emotions, that's what I just want to express to him. And I'm pretty sure that's what he would have wanted, because he was always at my art shows again. He was at the Long Beach Funk Fest. He was always taking photos. He liked photography, so he would always bring his camera along. I remember we did on right here on 4th Street Bridge. we did a photo shoot where it was just me, another friend, and him, and we were just being silly. We were like hopping onto the fences, onto the bridge. We were taking pictures on the top. We went to a canal in Culver City, where we were just going in the canal, and it was just fun, you know, that day. Those are the memories that, you know, I will always have in my mind of him, because he was always there, and he was always being cool with everybody. So again, that's why I'm gonna take this hour and just kind of paint for him, and wherever he is right now, you know, we're just gonna try to help everybody, try to help his family, his wife, his kids, and maybe one day his kids will watch this. And, you know, just right now it's still kind of fresh, so there's a lot of emotion in me and my friends and everybody that knew him. So the Eskwilax Hour episode 53, this is titled Ezequiel Fabian.
Oh, my world, baby, the world to which I came in, and my heart.
Basically, I'm gonna do a rest in peace, R.I.P., or as we say in the graph world, rest in paint, rest in pintura, and just a couple of graph stories. I remember one of the first times we went to by the 10 freeway. We ran onto the freeway, a couple of buddies of ours, because that freeway is basically open and just people just kind of been there forever. This was like years ago. I'm talking about 2000s. We were just being kids, or just kind of trying to find our place. And we just express it through our art, graffiti back in the day. And yeah, he was always down, he was always there. I remember he said that he wanted his nickname to be Cake, Pastel. I don't know why, but I guess he just liked it. He just wanted to be called Cake. He was never like into graph like we were, but he was always there, down just to paint beside us, help us with the fillings, help out with the cans. We did a couple of pieces. We did one in Jason Saunders' like backyard. That one was called the Peace Piece, and that was it was a party for Jason. He was having a party, and he said that he wanted live art. But we actually started like a couple of hours before, and that piece was dope. It was nice. It's still there today. Maybe I'll use it as a backdrop in one of my next episodes, just so you guys can see what it is I'm talking about. And but yeah, it was called the Peace Piece, and it was a lot of blues, a lot of greens. And Ezequiel that day, he helped me, and it was all legal, so because it was for a party, so don't worry about that. He helped me with the fillings, the outlines, because it was a big piece and it was dope. And he was always there, you know. He was down. He liked using spray cans. He was never a bando. I'll tell you that. He was never a bando. He just liked the art side of it, like the expression side. Because he himself, he liked to play the guitar. That was his way of expressing himself with us. But well, that day it was actually really cool because we finished the time we finished the piece. The people at the party really dig it. Like they were really into it. They were taking pictures with us. They were just asking us how long we were doing this graffiti thing. And he was happy. He was happy. And then we were with a couple of other friends, as always, Jose and Alex, they were there, I think, but most definitely Jose was there. And he and somebody went and bought this bottle drink that it tastes horrible between them, and then they were like, whoever can drink this, is, I don't know, is the shit, is the man. But then they made it even more challenging where they were playing Jenga. And then we never played Jenga. And then we were like, you know what, we just make up our own game, and then we called it reverse Jenga. And instead of, until this day, I don't even know how you play Jenga, but I think it was like, instead of building it, we were like destroying it or something like that. But it was fun. That day was fun. He was there, Jose was there. And nobody wanted to lose because nobody wanted to drink that nasty drink they had bought. But in the end, we all just kind of drank that thing, and it was nasty and disgusting. And he said the reason he bought it was because he had seen it on the rap video that he was watching. And we laughed about it. And those are the kind of memories I have of him. Just always just happy, always. We had fun. And that day, that's what we called like the Nubo challenge, which was just a disgusting drink, and whoever lost had to drink it. But and then I think since we did a really good job on the piece, we ended up doing another piece on the other side of that. When a friend of ours, he lost his father, and we try to cheer him up by doing another piece, and that one says life goes on, because we were trying to communicate to our friend that you're supposed to be positive. That's what his dad wouldn't like. And yeah, we worked on it. That time I had like a mohawk, and we spent like a whole day just using like old spray cans that were like already out, paint or halfway, and then so we used like, I don't know, it looked like we were using like 30 spray cans, but in reality it was just like 2 of them that actually worked, and all of them were just like crappy cans. But we worked with what he had, and we spent the whole day just in the alley, no care in the world, just kind of sweating, graffiti art, just chilling, being ourselves. Jason Saunders was there. He's the one that let us borrow that gate that we painted on. And he approved of it, and it was dope. I'm glad he did, because then there's the picture that I have online right now with him. It was easy. He was so proud of that mural because he helped me out with it. And he always wanted to learn how to do like the letters, how to do the paints. And I would just tell him, you know what, just grab the can, spray it this way, spray it that way, this much pressure. And he was always into it. But he wasn't like, he was more on the art side. He was never, oh yeah, let's go out and like, destroy something. The other stuff was more just like, yeah, you want some adrenaline rush, then we would go, but he was more laid back. And I remember that day, it was a hot summer. And I don't know if it was summer, but it was a hot day. It was a cool day. Nobody bothered us. Nobody messed with us. Just us doing art, making art. So I'm glad we had that day. I'm glad we busted that piece. I believe it's still there. Then we also did one at we started this shirt thing. It's called 6335. That was the supposedly name we were supposed to call it. We did it for a couple of months with a friend of mine. he was organizing breakdancing shows, and we would go and try to sell shirts. We printed like our logo on the shirt, like 6335, like only funky fresh cats, and Easy and Jose, they were. Well, we were never like paperwork or anything, but we were like business partners, trying to make our mark by selling shirts at the breakdance. We didn't know what we were doing, but he was never afraid to try something, and we did. At that time, we weren't really business oriented. We were more just like print it and see what happens, print the shirt, and hopefully the design works. Then that's when we found out, it's not that simple. But that's how you learn. Trial and error. He would like the shirt, he would wear them. Jose would wear them. Everybody. We used to rock them. We sold like one or two. But to us that was a success. Rather than not selling any of them. Or like even try to push them. But it was dope. Those were fun times that we had. And after that, we pretty much did a lot of art shows. This can is frozen or something. Yeah.
Yes, my child. All right, child.
Gotta be careful with this thing.
About the day you were born. On the day you were born, my
choppy.
was so happy, and I opened the tent flap, and I saw 2 elk.
Those are just a couple of stories of our
And because this was
fun
the first
times
thing I
doing
saw
grass.
on the day you were born, that became your name, and that is why you are called 2 elk. Oh yes, I remember the day you were born.
This can sucks.
The day you were born, I opened the tent flap, and I saw a bear running by off into the wilderness. And that is why you are named Running Bear. Yes, my child.
Yeah, he was never a bad guy. Just a cool cat who liked to chill, hang out. He's kind of always looking for something to do. And I had the art shows, so he was always down. I would invite all of the other people, they were always flake. It's kind of bullshit. I never took it personal. But I'm glad he always used to either tell me straight up he couldn't make it or did show up. And 90% of the time he was always there. No matter how shitty the art show was. According to my other friends. They're not really into art, but that's their opinion. But he was always there. Just kind of supportive.
I gave them a choice. I gave them a task and said, if you can teach an animal to talk, we will spare your lives. Or if you can teach an animal to talk, you are my brother. And so the first white man, told me which animal he wanted to teach.
This is like one of those episodes that I wish I didn't have to do. Never. You don't want to ever be saying goodbye to somebody, especially somebody who didn't deserve it. Just somebody mind their own business and life kicks you in the ass like that.
That man was from England, far off in the distance, where it is cold and pisses down rain all of the time. The second,
If you're watching, man, just kind of
German,
guide me if you like to,
where they eat sausages and drink
like
fire
this.
water known as beer. And I told him the same thing. If he could teach an animal to speak, that he would be my brother and spare his life. And this is what he told me.
I can teach a parrot to speak.
And I told him, if you can, I will spare you. But he could not, and he failed. And once again I spoke to him the same words that we speak to all white men before we eat them. Stupid fucking white man. Prepare to die. This is correct, my child. Now, there is a third white man from the land of France, where they make wine and surrender to everything that moves. I gave him the same choice, and this is what he said.
Will they teach a pig to speak? You just give me a pig.
And so we gave him the pig, and he succeeded thusly.
Insert my penis into the pig and then do this.
Which in the language of his people means yes, 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 yes. And so we knew by the context of what he was doing with what this pig was speaking that he had been successful, and I called him my brother. And he is your father, two dogs fucking.
One thing everybody was agreeing on was how he had this laughter. Every time we screwed up or something, he always do this laugh. Anybody he talked to that knew him, that was his thing. Crazy laugh. When you did something dumb and he would just laugh at you. Kind of non-stop, uncontrollably, which made it more legit. He wasn't faking. And sometimes you just had to wait until he caught his breath and he kept talking, because he was just that kind of dude. This was the more high pressure. Switching it up, challenging. Go over it again. A second. It's one of my best ones. Yeah, he was always there when I did my light paintings, no matter how boring they were. He would just chill. I have a photo where he's just sitting down. He's kind of, tell he wasn't really into it, but he was just there, chilling, kicking, being supportive. So when we did our Long Beach Long Funk Fest, he never said anything. That's just how he was.
I've been walking the streets and wondering how I ever ended up this way. I've done more good than bad, but I can't help but say I don't feel all that much better anyway. I've lived a life of sin, but I never hurt no one excepting maybe myself. I've done more good than bad, but I can't help but say I don't feel all that much better anyway. Don't feel all that much better anyway.
Just clean this up a little bit.
Don't feel all that much better anyway. I've lived a whole lot of years. When I look at this world, I don't feel all that much better anyway. My mama was most her life for not too much pay. She scrimped and she saved all her days. Now she's happy and gone. She left what she had to me. I don't feel all that much better anyway. Don't feel all that
Just kind of let it dry
better
for a second.
anyway. Don't feel all that much better anyway. I've lived a whole lot of years. When I look at this world, I don't feel all that much better anyway. Don't feel all that much better anyway. Don't feel all that much better anyway. I've lived a whole lot of years. When I look at this world, I don't feel all that much better anyway. Early in the morning, but I saw said it's my time, I'm going. He said they'll break you down, they'll go blow to blow. Your mind
Sorry guys, just trying to inform people that we're on live and letting the paint dry, because I'm gonna put the canvas over it. What's up, my Snapchat people? Should be dry by now. Oh, I got a fingerprint on.
The song
Sorry, still waiting. Couple of minutes. All right, because I didn't want to bring it down and kind of ruin it. That would suck. So this is good. Everybody respect. R.I.P. Rest in paint, pintura. Rest in peace. This is how I express. This is how I express my thoughts. Maybe not the way you do, but just how I've always done it, through my art. And just kind of do what I do. These tips not being funny today. Alright, there we go. Cool. Let me see if I can do this without using a chair. All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh, I got it. Is it gonna turn? Bam. Just hope it doesn't stick too much. Maybe even that will help it. Got paint in my nose. Okay. And my friend, she says she's watching online. Sup, Larice? Sebastian and the kids. Baby Z. I saw the photos. They were dope. If you guys are watching, text me. I'll be checking right now. Dominic, Buggy, Marcos, everybody at home. Still. And I'm not doing just so I could get anybody's attention. People got the wrong idea. It's not. This is just what we used to do. This is how we knew how to have a chill time, hard times, just kind of busting some grass wherever it was allowed and sometimes where it wasn't. But hey, it's just what we did. So you can guys see it, Easy E, one of his multiple nicknames. So many people knew him. He had all sorts of different nicknames with everybody. There's Zico, Cheesy E, Easy E, all sorts of crazy ones. Cool.
When I first met you, you filled up my heart. We sure did have lots of fun. I thought we'd never part. But as the years slipped on by, our love just
So yeah,
slipped
just kind of
away.
try to stay
Now I'm back on empty with an empty
positive
heart.
to one another, your
My
homies.
empty heart's impossible
People fight all the
to
time and
fill.
stuff, but just make sure it's not for real.
That I had
You never know.
made my heart stand still.
Step out of your path, don't come back.
Someone, but I guess I never will. 'Cause my empty heart's impossible to fill. People keep on telling me that I will need someone.
Just kind of,
Someone
that's what I learned this week, that
until my
you know, just kind of tell people that
there ain't no one out
how important they are and just
there but will. 'Cause my
how much they mean.
heart's impossible to fill. My empty heart's impossible to
So
fill.
you don't have to be doing it
The one true love that I had made my heart stand
at the
still.
wrong time.
I keep looking to find someone, but I guess I never will. 'Cause my empty heart's impossible.
And yeah, of course, I'm still trying to comprehend this whole why somebody like him.
I met a gal on Sunday. She said she liked my face. She invited me over
This is my way
to
of
her place.
the art.
But I thought about my one
At home earlier, I was painting acrylic.
'cause
So can't use spray cans indoors. Bad for you. But here we do have pretty big space, so you can do that.
the one true love that I had made my heart stand still. I keep looking to find someone, but I guess I never will. 'Cause my empty heart's impossible.
I think I mispronounced his name. It's Dominic. I said Dominique.
I
Just joke.
say my empty heart's impossible to fill.
All right. So we got two types of oranges. One's like salmon. The other one's a little bit lower. I don't know, tone, I guess. I don't know what the correct term is, but just trying to get everybody hit up right now. This is the wrong time, but so yeah, today we're doing double pieces. So named it Easy. Cool guy. friend used to say, it ain't easy being cheesy. It ain't easy being cheesy. Good person who I met. I'm glad I met him. He's the best.
Oh shit. Talk about food today. People
All these extra caps, gotta put them in order.
the food swipes all the time. But it's important to know how to deal with the food swipe. You gotta wipe thoroughly, or else your ass is gonna itch all day. Fucking little bitch,
Man,
wipe
these
your
things
ass.
messed up. I'm guessing this one.
Choose your meals wisely.
I should have shaken these before.
Gonna look like on the way. What color do you want
I want to work with me.
brown, green, and yellow like the corn flakes you roast in the motherfucker.
Nope, not gonna happen. Sucks.
When you eat beef, remember next morning.
I gotta get someone to shake these
Cancer, you just
on live,
ate beets.
so I don't have to. Make that a behind the scenes job.
Yeah, I was taking a shit this morning. And
Shaker.
I took the borscht last night. It looked like a gunshot victim on my toilet paper this morning.
Sounds funny.
Yeah, but I'm talking about my anus. Yeah, sure. They full of shit too. Lots of sorrow in the world today.
You know, this stuff reminds you that this life ain't no joke. Take it. Gotta make the best of it.
talking to you, and now I feel inspired even more. It was hard in the moments I could not be with you, but harder still to see you walk out the door. Yeah, we had
Again, this is episode 53. Eskwilax. It's kind of taking some time to talk about my friend Ezequiel. He was in a tragic accident Monday. Trying to finish it. These cans are not cooperating. Let's go over that black. So yeah, he was never abandoned or into it like we were. It was just like being there. The whole vibe that goes with the graph. Being homies, painting, chilling. Make this disappear. Let's see if it works. Yeah. trying to work faster on this can. I'm trying to work. There. That spark. Just like he did with that spark in him. Dope ass cat. He's also always funky, always fresh. You guys can hear that can. This can is being very cool. Cooperative, whatever that word is. Because the can knows we're almost out of time. And this ain't gonna be my only mural or graph piece for his name. I'm gonna keep doing them so I can tell people the story. Easy. Bam, finished. Looks sick. So we're almost out of time. Thank you guys. Not all of them are going to be good times. Just make sure you tell people they're important, because you never know. Again, this was for Ezequiel Fabian. Easy. Thanks for watching, guys.
Let us pray, the preacher say. Put your hands to heaven, can a man get an amen? Let us pray, the preacher say. Something about the Son of God or something about the Son of Man. Let us pray, the preacher say. Put your hands to heaven, can a man get an amen? Let us pray, the preacher say. Something about the Son of God or something about the sin of man. Yeah, let us pray, the preacher say. Put your hands to heaven, can a man get an amen? Let us pray, the preacher say. Something about the Son of God or something about the Son of Man. Mighty river, wash away my New York dream. You and I, we are the same thing, but only I believe that I'm made. Flow, you mighty river, wash away so I can see the truth that lay beneath your water, and I'll keep on believing.
believing that I'm me.
What happens when the walls start closing in until you just can't breathe? What happens when you're spinning around so dizzy till you just can't see? What happens when you're falling, tumbling down, can't figure out what's going on? Wake up before you hit the ground. I was invincible. World in my hands. All came to me. Catered to my demands. People, many yes men. When the money's gone, good things come to an end. What happens when